Lock the slide to the rear, cant the magazine well inboard, seat lock, tug, forcefully action the slide, press check if you so choose to do so. Tap that slide into battery if necessary. Safe and decock if that is part of the manual of arms of the handgun. Verify trigger guard's clear, verify the holster's clear. Don't just say it, visualize it, see it, recover to the holster. Well, this is Mickey with CarryTrainer.com, and I want to talk for a few minutes about something as simple as a chamber check. From time to time it pops up and folks say, why press check? It makes no sense. You just loaded the gun and then you reopened the chamber. Negatory, big buddy, good pal, old friend. There's a little bit more to it. It's not complicated. It need not be anything else other than what it is. One of the great philosophers said, know thyself. Me, not a great philosopher, added, know thy shit. And in doing so, we are developing a system. A system is a program that we have created both in our head, in our heart, with our hands, in a way that we interact in the world around us. We could have a system for driving, a system for how we go in and out of the holster, a system for how we do surgery, a system for how we do a pre-flight inspection on an airplane, a system for how we change the oil on a 1983 Ford Mustang GT with a 5-liter. I don't care what it is. We can have a system or we can choose not to. And not having a system, in a sense, is a system. No system is a system. It's the no system system. And the reason that we want a system, hear me out, is to get a repeatable outcome. Now, if my goal of carrying and having a firearm, in this case a pretty much bone stock Glock 45, not a 45 ACP, but the G45, it does have a Apex trigger shoe, and some Ameriglow sights. But other than that, it's pretty much bone stock. I carry this gun because should I need it to save myself or somebody else, I want it to do the thing I need, right? So what's the desired end state? Anytime we're doing anything, if you go grocery shopping, you have a desired end state. You ever go to the grocery store without a plan, without a list, especially if you're hungry, right? You leave with all kinds of crap you didn't need, didn't want, and you're like, man, never go shopping hungry, right? What is the desired end state? For me, especially in our classes, we speak of this often. These tools do nothing more than allow us, righteous people, righteous meaning right in the eyes of the law, I'm not talking religious, but righteous. They allow us to extend our righteous will farther away. Farther away. If I can deal with the problem with my hands, I probably don't need to shoot holes in the person, right? I don't need to put my hands on a smaller, weaker person unless smaller, weaker person has some force multiplication tool, a bat, an axe, a car, a gun, right? Or if for some reason I am diminished from injury, from accident, right? Something of that nature. It is a way to extend my righteous will. As such, let's add another word, exigent. An exigent situation, an exigent circumstance, the word exigent, right? An emergent situation, a situation where maybe the best thing wouldn't be the best thing if you had all the time in the world. An example, you and I are out in the woods. We're cutting some trees. We're both really careful, but an accident happens and you cut yourself really bad. We've made a mistake and we did not bring a medical kit. I would take my dirty, sweaty Defiance Action t-shirt off, one of the best action makers in the world, right out of the great state of Montana, a little plug for my buddies. I would take my sweaty, dirty shirt off due to the exigency of the circumstances, and I would wrap that sucker up on your wound or limb and make a pressure dressing. I am an EMT, we could talk about that, but that's not what we're here to talk about. But you understand the point, the exigency of the circumstance, right? So because I know shit like that can happen, I can plan accordingly, and I can have the proper gear, walking out of frame, still talking to you so you don't think I disappeared. So instead I can travel with at the very least an IFAK, right? An individual first aid kit with some bleeding control measures, not a big deal. I also understand that these things can fail. I want to make sure that everything I can do in my power to have the thing set up is done. A chamber check is not something that I'm going to just walk around throughout life and be like, chamber check. Oh, hey, hold on a sec. Chamber check. excuse me, I need to go to the restroom. Chamber check. That's not what we're doing. So if I have a system, an administrative loading process that puts the gun away, the term we use in class is put it away, how you want to find it, should you need it to save your life. Just like when you go to your toolbox, pardon me, my headgear is about to fall off. You go to the toolbox in the garage, that 10mm deep well, quarter drive socket that you took out in the yard to adjust the thing on the barbecue grill you forgot to put back. Now you need it and you don't know where it is, and it's probably rusty sitting in the backyard, right? A studious man put it back. A studious man even wiped it clean and maybe even put a little oil on it to displace any moisture, because now it's ready when you need it again. I am building a system or a process that when I go to the holster, I put the thing away. Now, let's not misunderstand. One would say, well, if you do that, why would you need to press check? Exactly. I am certain when I put it away, because I have chamber checked, everything is perfect. The gun is in battery. In battery means loaded, action closed. If it was a carbine, the action would be closed. If it was a shotgun, the action would be closed. Why don't we just take a look at this on a few other guns? Here is a carbine, right? Same thing, seat lock, tug, action, the bolt should be loaded, right? Well, I can do a chamber check. I see brass, pump the forward assist, verify safety's on, close the dust cover. I do some shooting. Oh, I'm not sure what the condition of the chamber is. I can also use my finger in dim conditions to verify the condition of the chamber. Pump the forward assist if you open the action. Clear it out. Lock this bolt to the rear, cycle if necessary. I watch that round come out, but I'm going to put eyes into that chamber. Eyes on the breacher bolt face, eyes on the magwell. That's a system. That's a system. That is a way. That is a process. Let's take a semi-automatic shotgun. Is the chamber loaded? Well, the mag is loaded. Look at that. The magazine tube is loaded, but is the chamber? Well, I don't know. Let's just press a shot off. Or, better yet, nope, I can see it's empty. I can feel it's empty. So is it loaded now? Yep. See that? Loaded. I'm sure of it. Safety's on. Pretty much a staple way of doing things in this world that if I am certain, I am certain. So, wrap up on this point. First of all, if I don't understand, it's probably better for me to say, I don't understand, can you explain, rather than to poo-poo something that I don't understand. Here's a human fact. Doesn't matter if you're Albert Einstein or somebody that's got the lowest IQ that can still tie their shoes and brush their teeth without hurting themselves. Nobody knows a thing until they go out and learn about the thing. None of you knows the thing until you go out and learn the thing. Me, you, everybody. So don't make fun of somebody because they don't understand. Only a jerk would do that. Nobody knows until they go out and learn the thing. That said, if you're ignorant to it because you haven't yet learned, yet you insult somebody and you don't know, who's ignorant? You. You are. I'm not talking about insulting somebody because maybe they're flat wrong, like, hey, did you guys know we live under a glass dome and the earth is a flat plane surrounded by a wall of ice? You're an idiot! But that's your right to think that. I don't care. Do your thing. So that's a different animal. But as far as this chamber checking and press checking is concerned, know thyself, know thy stuff, have a process that supports the outcome that you desire. This does not mean you walk around and just press. In fact, in our class, once we have dialed this idea in, when you approach the firing line, I try to stop this type of behavior because that behavior indicates that you weren't sure of how you put it away the last time. So when I put it away, I go through my process. I shot a bunch. I can top the gun off. Verify she's in battery, load it up, trigger guard's clear, holster's clear. Food for thought on this fine day. Guys, it is August 2nd, 2024. I'm out here in the hot woods. I'm sipping on some delicious iced coffee. It's delish. It's hot, but I'm still sipping on some. It's full of ice still. Ah, yep, you guessed it. Ignis Lux coffee. People have been asking me about it. They say, who makes it? Well, we make it. We make it. We are the ones roasting it. I am putting on roasting equipment, which is nothing more than a white jumpsuit because it looks cool. Listening to some sweet jazz music because we want to instill that sweet, sexy goodness into the food, the beans, as they are being roasted. We roast them with love, with kindness, with joy in our hearts. We package that stuff up and we send it out to you. It's roasted 3-4 times a month. Canaan ships it out to you. You can join the Coffee of the Month Club. Why are we doing that? Well, because I am not forever going to be out in these woods shooting guns and traveling around. I like coffee, and there's a lot of crappy coffee brands on the market that sell you stuff that's made by some big corporation that's just roasting crap, that's grown with a bunch of crap, that is sent to you in a way that you have no idea of the country of origin, how it's packaged, how it's made, who touched it, etc., etc. Ignis Lux coffee. Ignis Lux stands for firelight, and that denotes the fire that burns in you. Keep letting it burn. Be well. Don't be dickheads. Tell somebody you love them. And for God's sake, know the condition of your weapon. Bye now.
Oh, hey.